we have to stop going back to the people that we cut off. We have to stop going back there, and let's remind ourselves, we cut certain people off and we cut certain people out of our lives for a reason. We cut certain people out of our lives for a reason. And here's the thing, full disclaimer, I do understand and I do believe that people change. I do. But I think you will know that someone's changing based on their actions over time. You'll know it because you feel it. But I'm talking about the person that you cut off and you are allowing them back in your life, or maybe you want them back in your life and they have not made any changes. But there are so many people that you cut out of your life and they want to come back in your life, maybe out of familiarity, maybe because being with you is comforting, maybe because they actually truly do love you and want to be back with you. Who knows? Whatever reason, they have their reasons as to why they want to come back in your life, but it is up to you on whether or not you want to allow it. And sometimes, family, you got to get real serious with yourself and ask yourself, do I want this person back in my life because I cut them off for a reason? Because sometimes taking these people back requires us to be lesser versions of ourselves. And for many of us, we want closure. We want to know, why did they leave? Why did they walk out? Why did they do the things that they did? Why did I have to cut them off? I cut them off because they did this, or she did that, or he did this, and you're still wanting closure. So a lot of times, family, when people want to come back in your life, you're leaving that door open just a little bit so you can hear their side of the story. Maybe time has passed and you want to see and know what's going on. But family, we can't always get that closure that we're seeking. Sometimes the thing that we're looking for, we have to move on from. Sometimes that thing that we're looking for in them, that closure that we want to find in them, we have to accept the fact that we just might not get the closure that we need. So we have to make a conscious decision to stop going back to the people that we cut off and to stop allowing these people back in our lives. And here's why. Sometimes when we go back to the people that we cut off, old patterns resurface. And y'all know what I mean by old patterns. Just the way y'all used to do things out of comfort, out of familiarity, the way you guys communicated with each other, the things that you did on a day-to-day. And I know sometimes some of that stuff may be good, but a lot of times, family, things aren't good. They're just familiar. Things aren't good. They're just familiar. But the reality is there are so many underlying issues that cause the relationship to end that have not been addressed. Underlying issues that have not been fixed, that haven't been changed for the better. And so when we go back into these situations and there's all these unresolved issues, it hurts. And I do understand that familiarity in a relationship feels good, right? When you go back to the person that you feel you know or that knows you, that provides some comfort. But family, a lot of times that can mask the true issues that really happen in the relationship and as to why you had to cut that person off in the first place. And like I said, these unresolved issues resurface when we don't take the time to heal. And when you come back into a situation that you cut off, here comes these unresolved issues. Here come these old patterns. Here come the way that you used to do things. You truly believe, man, this person changed or this person is different. And as time goes on, you're like, yo, I don't think this person changed. I don't think there's anything different in this relationship than the last one. And now you start to question yourself. And then that leads to unhealthy dynamics. Now y'all back to where you used to be. Now she's controlling you again, manipulating the situation. Now he's doing all the things that he did that led to you cutting him off. And it's like, yo, what am I doing? I'm recreating unhealthy dynamics in my situation. And a lot of times, family, you have moved on. A lot of us have healed, moved on from those bad situations, became better person, are in better situations, better environments, just to go back to that unresolved issues, just to go back to those issues of manipulation, reinfect ourselves, re-hurt ourselves when we were on our way to healing. So you have to be very careful when you consider allowing people back in your life that you cut off, because they can come right back with their same tactics. And family, here's the thing. Like I said earlier, I do believe that people change. I really, really do. But sometimes, family, people don't change and people remain who they are. And so a lot of times there's a lack of personal growth. That person didn't change. A lack of accountability. That person still hasn't held themselves accountable for what they did to you. And then a fear of loneliness. Family, a lot of these people went out here looking for a new man to run the same game on, but it didn't work. These people are not putting up with that foolishness that you were putting up with because you're so kind and loving. These people went out there and realized quickly that they can't play those games on somebody new. Or maybe they got gamed themselves. So they're coming back to you because they're like, yo, this is the best person I've ever had. This is the best situation I've ever had, and I want them back. So we got to be careful when people come back in our lives. And a lot of us are in that energy of, oh, she gonna go out there. She gonna see that I'm the best thing she ever had. She gonna come back crawling to me. Okay, and what if she does? Then what? What if she comes back? Then you accept her back, then what? Then what? You appease your ego because it feels good that they came back. No, sometimes people don't come back because they feel like they were wrong. They came back for the opportunity. And if you're giving them another opportunity to utilize you as an opportunity, you're going to get your feelings hurt again, family. So we can't continue to settle for less than ideal situations when these individuals want to come back in our lives. Another reason why we have to stop going back to the people that we cut off is because the disrespect continues. Now they think that they can come back and talk to you any kind of way. They did something so damaging to you. They violated you so badly, but because you forgave them in a short period of time and because you took them back, they respect you less. Because in their minds, they can go out and do whatever it is that they want to do. And you are right there, arms wide open to accept them back. And we have to teach people how to treat us on every single occasion. And we cannot allow people to run rampant in our lives, to spin the block on us and feel like they can always come back because we're going to accept them back. So when they come back, family, after we cut them off and got a little bit of strength, when they come back, the disrespect starts. They start treating you any kind of way, talking to you like you're crazy, any type of way. And you cannot accept that, not in this season of your life, not when you're moving forward and growing. You can't accept that treatment from these people, period. Because if the tables was turned, they wouldn't accept that from you. So you can't accept that treatment from these individuals. And I learned, family, this is very hard to accept, but a lot of times people want to come back in your life so they can recreate the narrative the way they want to. So they can tell the story the way they want to. They want to come back in your life so they can finish the job. So they can be the one to say they cut you off, that you didn't cut them off. So they can come back in your life and create the story the way they want the story to go, which ends with them hurting you, with them destroying you so that they can run and tell their story. And we can't always allow that to happen. And I'm not saying that's what all people do, but I am saying that that is what some people do. Because their egos are so great. They can't believe that someone cut them off. They never thought that you were going to let them go. They thought that they can do whatever they wanted to do in your life forever. They thought that they can run rampant. No, that's not how that goes. Because sometimes people take your kindness for your weakness. And because you were oh so nice to these people, oh so kind, gave everything that you had, helped them out, took care of their family, their kids, their finances. They took you for granted because gratitude turns to expectation real quick when people start devaluing you and start to not respect you. So now they want to come back. They want to come back. And now they're coming back with the disrespect because in their mind, I got him. I got her. So sometimes, family, you have to teach people on all occasions how to treat you. So we have to work really hard at keeping our self-respect intact. And we can't always allow individuals to come and spin the block on us and come back in our lives after we cut them off because they saw it. And another reason, family, that we can't always accept people back in our lives after we cut them off is because they see that you're doing better without them. I promise y'all they see it. Everybody sees it. They all see it. When those people were removed from your life, you look better than ever. I'll wait. Some of y'all look better than ever because you did the work. You did the work. You put the time in. Some of y'all went and got therapy. Some of y'all really went and said, what part did I play in this story? How can I right my wrongs? And how can I be a better individual for myself, for the world, for my family, for society? Y'all really sat there and made the changes that you needed to make. And now these people that you cut out your life, they see it. And then they went out there and thought that they could find it, but they could not. because everyone is not on what you're on, and everyone is not doing what you're doing. And like I say all the time, why wouldn't they want to come back? Who doesn't want to be close to the sun? I'll wait. Who doesn't want to be? You are the sun. Who doesn't want to be a part of a winning team? Who doesn't want to be a part of someone that shines so bright? So of course they want to come back after you cut them off, because they see what you're doing. I learned that sometimes when you remove a person out of your life shoots up. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody left your life, or you removed someone out of your life, and the minute they were gone, things started getting better for you? Those lucky breaks started coming. The right people started coming in your life. You started feeling better about yourself. You were in better situations with new and different outcomes and better versions and better people, better situations. All because you got to square out your circle. And that really matters, family, when these people see that now you've moved on without them, and they can't believe it. They can't even believe it that you moved on without them. Because in a lot of cases, family, these individuals did not believe that you would leave. They literally thought that you were going to stay there and accept the disrespect over and over again. But family, at the end of the day, you have to find a sense of self-worth and self-value. And so many of you got to the point and you're like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this anymore. And so that's why you cut them off. So sometimes when people want to come back in our lives and we're having nostalgia and we're thinking about all the nice and great things that we've done with these individuals, you have to remember why you cut them off in the first place. So now they want to come back in your life because they see how good you're doing. They see the energy. They see the vibe you're on. They see how your life shot up without them. And now they want a part of that. And everybody doesn't deserve to walk with you. Everyone doesn't deserve to go to that next level with you. Because family, these people have never met another person like you. They went out there and they tried. They tried their very, very best, and they have never met another person like you. Not like you. Not doing the things that you're doing. When he left you, he thought that he could do better. And then he realized quickly that you were the prototype. When she left you, that man that she's with is not you. It behooves me. I do not understand why people have the greatest blessings in their life and they think that they can throw it away and have better. Because that doesn't work that way. Not when you do a good person wrong. It doesn't work that way. And another reason why we have to stop going back to the people that did us wrong is the emotional scars, yo. A lot of these people are leaving emotional scars in you. And now you got to start rethinking and reinfecting yourself with all the negative things that they did to you. You start thinking about how things played out. So now you were on your way to real good healing and you reinfected yourself. Now you rip the Band-Aid off. Now the pain comes back. Now you're thinking about and playing out in your mind how they hurt you and what they did to you. And again, let me say this so I can be very clear. I do believe that people change. And in some cases, it is worth it if you want to make an old relationship work. It really, truly is. But you have to really utilize your discernment, family. Because if a person is coming back in your life unchanged, not doing anything new and different in their lives, same old tactics, same old games, why do they want to come back in your life? Is it because they love you? I'll wait. Is it because they care? Because if they cared about you and loved you, then they would do the things to fix themselves, to heal themselves. So why are they coming back in your life? To play games? And again, you have to teach people how to treat you. And I'm not saying this just to say it. I'm saying it because I lived it. Sometimes when a person walks out of your life and devalues you, right? And they see this new you, this new energy you're on, this new version of self, they can't just walk back into your life because at the end of the day, they're going to have to reintroduce themselves to you because you're not even the same person. So I don't know what they thought when they thought they were coming back because you're not even the same you. And that's the type of energy that you have to be on, knowing that you cut this person out of your life and now you're on the second level, the third level, the fifth level of a better version of yourself. Who are they to think they can just easily walk back in? Because they cannot. And sometimes when we reunite with these individuals, so many things happen that we didn't prepare for. Like we still have unmet needs. They're still not meeting your needs. They're still not doing the things that they promised you that they would do. And then we have unrealistic expectations because here we are idealizing the relationship, thinking about how things could have been, the little bit of good that you had in that whole relationship, the few things that y'all did when you spent holidays together and you didn't feel alone. Family, they come back in your life and you start to quickly realize that things have not changed, because I learned that time has to pass. Enough time for both individuals to heal, you and them. Time has to pass for you to find yourself and be the best version of yourself and learn from the things that you could have done right in that relationship or done differently in that relationship. And they need that time to heal too. But because it's so comforting to be back with the person that we know, because it's so comforting to be with what we think is good to us, remember, good is not always good. Good could just be familiar. And so now they come back in our lives and it caused more emotional scars, more hurt, more pain to us than we realize, and more than we wanted to deal with. And here's the thing. If you know that you've been working on yourself, if you know that you've been working hard to be a better person and a better individual, doesn't it not feel good when that person come back in your life and now you're stressed? You're thinking about them. Every time they pick up their phone, you wondering who they texting. Every time they leave out the house, you wondering where they're going. Family, that is not healing. And that is not you being a healed version of self. That is you and your intuition probably telling you that something about this ain't right. And that maybe I need to heal a little bit more. And maybe I need to leave that person where they are. And enough time needs to pass to where I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm in a good, healthy place. And I'm in a good emotional frame to where I can deal with the person that I cut off. Because it may feel so good in the beginning, but family, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it gets really hard. It gets really, really hard. And that emotional scarring is just not something that you need in this season. Not when you're trying to grow. Not when you're trying to be better, not when you're trying to do better, and not when you're trying to become a better person. You don't need it. Because in this season, you do not need to be disappointed any more than you already have. You don't need anything to distract you, to deter you from following your goals and dreams that you set for yourself when you got this person out of your life. Or maybe you moved on and you're dealing with an entirely new person. You don't need that negative energy coming into your new stuff. So really think about it. When you cut this person off and now they want to come back in your life, why do they want to come back? Because you're seeing and they're showing you signs that nothing has changed. So what do you think the outcome would be, right? But because you're so nice, loving, and kind, and you want to give everyone a second chance and a new opportunity to do something differently, sometimes we tend to forget what the person did to us in the beginning that caused us to even get to that point where we had to cut them off. So in conclusion, family, I want you to really, really think about why you want that person back, why you want to allow them back in your life after you cut them off. Think about where you are now. Do you feel good without them being in your life? And I'm not talking about feelings of sometimes I'm sad, maybe I miss them, I remember the things we used to do. You are human. But I'm saying overall in your life, in the different areas in your life that were negatively impacted by them, do you feel good not having that in your life? Not dealing with the pain and the stress of them. Not always having to constantly worry about where a person is, what the person is doing. I can't believe they hurt me like this. Now I'm down financially dealing with them. How do you feel knowing that you are able to get your life in order and intact without their interference? Ask yourself that, because I learned, family, real talk, that old habits die hard. And for people to truly change, it takes not just an act of God, but true work. And can you honestly say to yourself that this person has done the work? Have they shown you over time that they have done the work to better themselves? And if they have, that's great. Wonderful. I'm happy. I'm all for healthy and great relationships. I love relationships. But truly ask yourself, is this person coming back into my life going to cause more stress to me, more frustration, me feeling like I'm living in bondage, dealing in lack? Or is this person coming back in your life going to be a healthy and effective thing for you and your future and your family? And one of the reasons you probably cut them off is because of all of the emotional turmoil they were bringing in your life. And so now that they've been out of your life, a lot of that emotional turmoil is gone. You're not even dealing with that. You get to wake up and be happy. You get to wake up and feel healed. And again, I'm not saying you may not have feelings or thoughts or miss this person, but you have you back. You have a sense of self back. You have some power back that you can be happy, make decisions, and live your life the best way that you can. And now you're a better version of yourself all the time. Now you're a better version in a better situation, in a better place. And now they want to come back and circle the block. Do you want them back in your lives? Are you ready to deal with that emotional turmoil? And then ask yourself this: are you losing time? Is this going to be lost time? You reinvested in this person, doing more with this person just to find out that they didn't change? Now you're going to be mad at yourself, hard on yourself because you sat there and gave someone a chance that may not have deserved it. So again, reinfecting ourselves with the pain of yesterday, reinfecting ourselves when dealing with individuals that probably were not worthy to get a second chance in your life anyway. You cut them off for a reason. What was that reason? And a lot of times I remember when years ago I was going through a breakup. And I remember just so sad. And I was thinking about all the good times that we shared and all the things we did and all the places that we went. And I'm like, yo, what about the time when this person did that to me? What about the time when they hurt me? What about the time when they played in my face and made me cry? And when I started thinking about the true things that they really did to me, all those nostalgic feelings went away real quick. So remind yourself, family, what detrimental things has this person done in your life? And are they deserving of you? Are they deserving of you giving them an opportunity to come back in your life? And are you compromising your standards? Are you allowing a person to come back in your life and every single moment you're chipping away at your self-worth? Chipping away at your feelings, sad and mad at yourself that you're taking them back. Is it worth it, family? I want you to ask yourself all those questions. And like I said, and I'm going to say it again, so many people are deserving of a second chance. But then there are ones that are not. And you have to be able to discern the difference. And you have to go within and ask yourself and weigh the pros and the cons. This person coming back in my life, how does it make my current life better? This new version of self, am I even the person that would choose them today? If I just met them today, would I choose them? Because a lot of times, family, when we're in relationships with people for a long period of time, this new version of self wouldn't even choose them. So ask yourself, would I choose that same person today? And if your answer is no, then maybe you don't need them to come back in your life. But we have to remember that we cut people off for a reason. And when we're moving forward in our lives, making strides in our lives, we have to protect our minds and guard our hearts and only allow people in our inner circle and in our lives that are peace protectors and worthy of coming that next mile with us and worthy of moving forward, and not people that we have to babysit and we have to raise. That's what we do with children. We don't need to do that with adults, family. And you have to guard and protect your heart, because at the end of the day, when people come back in your lives to take what they want to take, they leave and you're left with you. And you don't need any more brokenness. I get it. Life happens. Things happen. But as much as you can protect and guard yourself from being hurt. Get them squares out your circle and understand that you cut many people off for a reason. And if they're not coming back showing you that they've changed over time, doing the things to prove that they're a different person over time, I want you to really think about if that's who you want in your life. Stay inspired. And by the way, I want to say thank you all for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. My channel is growing. I started YouTube with the intention of just sharing the many lessons that I learned along the way. And I'm so happy to see that it's resonating with so many people. I hope you have a good day. Stay inspired. Hey family, one of the realest lessons that I learned is a lot of people can't even face you because they know they did you wrong. They know they did you wrong. People have hurt you, taken from you, taken money from you, played in your face, and ran for the hills. And it doesn't make any sense to me that you can have such a wonderful person in your life and treat them the way that they do. You can have a wonderful person in your life and treat you the way that they have treated you, and they run for the hills all because they can't face you. All because they know that they were wrong. They play in your face, play on your emotions, and run for the hills. And family, I do understand that people are dealing with real complex emotions, mental health issues, situations, and things in their life that hurt them. But that is no excuse for what they've done to you. No excuse for what they've done to others. And so this is why I want to talk about and give some reasons as to why some people cannot face you after they've done you wrong. A lot of individuals lack maturity. Really, a lot of individuals lack maturity. Family, a lot of times we are looking for ourselves in other people. We are thinking that because we're nice and we're kind and we love and we have empathy, that other people are like us. But the reality is they are not. A lot of people out here don't have hearts. They don't have empathy. They're not built the way we are. They don't have the same support systems and connections and family traits and parenting styles. They are a different type of people. And a lot of these people prey on the weak. They prey on the weak. They look at someone maybe like you, who they know is nice and kind and will do for them and take care of them and provide for them. And they take advantage of that situation and they take somebody's kindness for their weakness. So a lot of times we are looking for ourselves and other people because in our world, we think that everyone is like us. But the reality is these people are not. And a lot of people are snakes in the grass. And I'm not speaking about everyone. There are some wonderful people in this world. I have met such great people in my life. But then there are people that are not so great. People with the sole goal of being an opportunist. People with the sole goal of taking advantage of you. People, y'all have been in relationships before where you dated her and she thought that she could take advantage of you, play you, treat you like she treated the man that she dated before. Or you've dated a man in your life who's taken advantage of you, used you, taken you for all that you have. And these people just walk away. Walk off into the sunset, run for the hills like nothing happened, move as if they didn't even hurt you. And this is what I'm talking about, family. These individuals are not like us. They're not us. They are not what we're on. They are not who we are. These people are their own. And so they sit here lacking maturity, sit here being immature, coming in people's lives, creating destruction with destructive behaviors and doing all the foolishness in your life. And the minute they take advantage of you and get what they want, now they run for the hills. They can't even face you because they know they did you wrong. Their whole intention was to hurt you. And they may sit there and say, nah, that wasn't it. No, that was exactly it. Their whole intention was to hurt you because if they were a good person, they wouldn't have done that. Would you have done that to them? It's some things that people have done to you that you wouldn't have even done to your own worst enemy. You wouldn't have done that to them. So these people run for the hills. They stay out the way. They stay out your way. They go the long way so that they don't have to see you. They go the long way so that they don't have to talk to you. They go no contact. They treat you worse than their own enemies. They do. They sit here after all you've done for them, with them. After all of that, they sit here and they hurt you, family, because they lack maturity. That's why they can't face you. Because in their own world, all they see is them. In their own world, all they see is what they can get from someone. In their own world, they are selfish and they can't see things the way that you see things. And another reason why people can't face you after they did you wrong is because they have different priorities, family. There are some people in this world that are so unkind. Like they could literally be on their deathbed. They could literally need money to pay a bill and you give them $500, $1,000, more or less, whatever you give them. And the minute you need them, where are they? Are they there to help you? No, because they're selfish, because they prioritize what's important to them. And I heard a quote before and it says, don't you ever make someone a priority. That only makes you an option. And for a lot of these individuals, family, friend, lovers, whatever, they have made you an option in their lives. They can't even do what you did for them. They can't even give to you the things you've given to them. They can't even be there for you in the way that you were there for them because they've prioritized you at the bottom of their totem pole. And it's really, really sad and it really hurts so bad because in my life, I don't understand how people could be that way. And then I learned you have to accept people for exactly who they are. And I've learned in my life how to label people. This is a friend. This is not, right? This is a person I will kick it with. This is someone that I would not. This is a good person. This is not. And we got to start labeling people in our lives so that we know exactly where to place them so that our feelings get hurt less. so that we are involved with the wrong people less, so that we're not giving our whole heart, our pure hearts, ourselves to individuals that don't give the same thing, individuals that lack a soul, individuals that can't even prioritize us when we sit there and prioritize them over and over and over. And that comes with setting boundaries, family. It comes with setting boundaries, because a lot of times people come in our lives and they can't even face us because they did us wrong, but we gave them the platform to do so. We're sitting here helping them be a better person, helping them be a better woman, helping them be a better man, just for them to come up off of our upgrade and run for the hills? Absolutely not. Because if we're being honest with ourselves and if we're looking intently at the person, we saw some of those traits. And one thing I always say is we are not in a season to collect red flags. We see the red flags, we identify them, we get those people out of our lives. And I know that because I've been in that situation before. We see the people for who they are, but we're also loving. We're also kind. We believe that we have what it takes to change a person for the better. But I learned, family, some people like themselves for exactly who they are. Some people are so comfortable and so kind with being a not good person. Some people like to live in lack. They like to live in trauma. They like to live in mediocrity. So they do us dirty and run for the hills, all because they got what they wanted. No, we're not allowing that anymore. And we're not dealing with people that are not prioritizing us. Absolutely not. Get those squirrels out your circle. They do not have a role in your life any longer. You are in your season of winning. You are in your season of greatness. You're moving forward. You do not have time to concern yourself with people who lack love and lack empathy and don't care about you. You could literally give someone everything that you have, and all you might need is $10 or them to run you a small favor, but all of a sudden they can't be there for you. All of a sudden they can't show up. All of a sudden, they can't be the person that you need them to be in your own life after all that you've done for these people, with these people. Some of y'all are taking care of these people's bills. Some of y'all are taking care of these people's well-being, taking care of everything about these individuals, and they don't even prioritize you. And they know they did you wrong. They know they did you wrong, but instead of apologizing to you to your face, instead of picking up the phone, they run for the hills and go no contact. Because they can't even face you, because they know that they were wrong. And they know that every single thing that they did was wrong. And so they leave. And I've also seen where people turn around and manipulate the situation. They sit there knowing that they're wrong, but somehow it becomes your fault. Have y'all ever been through a situation like that? Like somehow it's your fault for what they did to you. It doesn't make sense to me. They come in and manipulate you, do you wrong, and then blame you for what they did. Family, absolutely not. Because these people are telling you and showing you that they do not take responsibility for their wrongdoing and that they do not take accountability for who they are and the mistakes that they make and the decisions that they make. And you don't want to deal with people that don't hold themselves accountable. And another reason I learned why people run for the hills is because they're living in guilt and shame. And they know they did you dirty. But instead of facing you like a mature person, they got to leave. Instead of facing you, they can't even face you because maybe they fear your rejection of them. Maybe they're like, man, I don't want to mess up my bag. I don't want to mess up my opportunity. So let me lie low for a minute. Let me not call him. Let me not call her. Let me give them the space. And family, you don't want to rock with anyone that doesn't want to rock with you. You don't want to deal with anyone that doesn't want to deal with you. And you don't want no woman that doesn't want you. You don't want no man that doesn't want you. You don't want no person that doesn't want you. No one. You don't want anyone in your life that doesn't want you in theirs. You are a wonderful person, a good person, and a kind person. And none of us are perfect. I get that. And we all make mistakes. I get that too. But you're not going to allow anyone in your life you're not going to love anyone in your life that doesn't love you in the same manner that you love them. That's not showing reciprocity. That's not taking care of you the way you're taking care of them. And that's not loving you the way you're loving them. So a lot of these people are living in guilt, living in shame, living in lack off the strength of what they did to you because they know that they were wrong. They even have people in their lives, if they're talking about it, telling them that they're wrong. Their conscience may be telling them that they're wrong, but they don't care Because the type of person they are, they push all those thoughts down. They're like, yo, whatever. I got what I want. I'm sorry that that person was a casualty of war. I'm moving on. And you don't need to deal with these type of people in your life ever. And a lot of times, family, people cannot face you when they know they did you wrong because they literally lack empathy. They seriously lack empathy. They can't even go within and see where they are wrong. They can't even put themselves in your shoes. Now, hold up. You put yourself in their shoes when they were coming begging and pleading you to help them. You put yourself in their shoes when they were needing you, right? You put yourself in their shoes when, if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be who they are and where they are. But all of a sudden, when you need them, they can't even be there for you. Some of y'all are going through some real things in your life and you pick up the phone to call them and they don't even answer. Mind you, they owe you money. Mind you, they did you wrong, but they can't even pick up the phone and answer. They can't even appreciate you or appreciate anything that you've done for them or anything that you've been for them in their lives. And they sit there and ignore you. Go no contact on you as if you did something wrong to them because they, family inside of them, have to justify their wrongdoing. They have to justify the mistake that they made. They have to justify hurting you. And I know it may not make sense to you. That's because you're a good person. It won't make sense to you because you wouldn't do that. As a mature man, you're going to pick up the phone like, hey, we need to talk. Like, I don't like the way this happened, or she's not doing that. She doesn't want to be any better than she already is. She is not doing that. I promise you she's not. And a lot of times, family, we're sitting here becoming better people and overcoming so that we can become somebody better, new, and different. These people are not doing that. So while you're out here growing and becoming a better person, they're not. They're out here staying the same, running for the hills, trying to figure out and find that new person, that new supply, that new clown for their circus, because that's all they're looking for is a clown to play in their circus. And we're sitting here praying and becoming better. That is why, family, you have to get these people out of your life. Yo, real talk. We're in a season. And age doesn't always denote wisdom. You can be 22 and feel this way. You can be 40 and feel this way. But as long as you get to that point of knowing that you have to value yourself, that you have to learn to love yourself and be in a season where you're wanting to be better, you cannot have these people in your life. You cannot have these people in your life. They are destructive. And if you are not careful, they come in and ruin and ravage something so great that you're building. Some relationship so great that you're building in your life. They come in and ruin that. They got you turning on your family turning on you, your kids turning on, they come in and ruin your whole life after what you've done for them. You got to be careful and get these people out of your life sooner than later. And even if you identify this later, the point that you remove them from your life speaks volumes. And you may not be able to catch it soon, but as soon as you catch it, get these people out of your life because they're going to use you and run for the hills anyway. They can't even face you after what they did to you. You sitting up there calling them, checking on them. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're sitting there calling them, checking on them, making sure they're okay. And they're not even answering their phone. They're looking at your phone call like, I'll touch base with her later. They're looking at your phone call like, oh, that's just him. We'll talk later. You don't deserve that, family. You deserve a better life. You're a good person. Let's be very clear. Sometimes we don't see in ourselves what other people see in us. She wouldn't be running after you, spitting all this game to you, telling you how she feels about you if she didn't see your value, even though she's trying to use you. So if someone is trying to use you, you have to know that you're useful. That's how I look at it. If they're trying to use you, then you're useful. So you got to start looking at yourself and knowing and understanding that you have value within, that it's not always the other person that brings the value. No, absolutely not, yo. You bring the value. And we be so caught up sometimes in dating these people because they have titles, because they made us feel like they're important, because they make a little bit of money at a job, right? Because they own a business. It doesn't matter what these people have. I don't care what their job title is. I don't care if they're a millionaire or not. They do not get the right to treat you that way. It doesn't matter what they come with, because at the end of the day, those are empty people. Those people have nothing. Because if they had something, they would have sense enough to not play in your face and hurt you and play in your life. These people are not important. And at the end of the day, we really got to remind ourselves to take these people off of their pedestals so that we can go back to being the main character of our own story. Because family, you're not the main character in their story. No, they are the main character in their own story. You sitting there loving them, they're not loving you or anyone else the same way. It's all about them. And a lot of times when you really look at a family, after you get done in a situation dealing with her or done in a situation dealing with him, you're like, man, I can't believe I allowed this person to come into my life and wreak havoc the way that they did. Come into my life and turn my life upside down, and they get to walk away scot-free. Let me tell you something, family. Here's a lesson I learned. These people never get to walk away. I've had situations with people who have done me wrong, and then I'd reconnect with them years later or talk with someone who has, told me about what they're going through. These people be falling apart, whole lives falling apart. Something bad happened in their life. They had a loss of a life, a loss of a child. Some of them lost their own lives. These people do not get to run off hurting you and not pay for what they've done to you, because you reap what you sow, more than you sow, later than you sow. And I am not wishing bad on anyone. They brought it upon themselves. They brought it upon themselves. Revenge comes quickly, but it's not by your hand. These people get what they deserve because they get what they put out there. And you got to know and identify that when these people are treating you this way, when they can't face you because they know they did you wrong, family, trust and know they did you wrong. If they want to act oblivious, act like they don't know what happened, they don't know how this could have happened. Oh my goodness, woe is me. Why you cut me off? How could you do me this way? It's all cap, because they know they did you wrong. That's why they can't face you. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you did to them what they did to you, family, you would be all types of names. You would be all types of a bad person. They will be calling you, blowing you up, chasing you for that money back, chasing you back for what they've given you, calling you and making sure that you know that they did for you. Those people are narcissists, yo. Those people are not good people, naysayers and haters and people that you do not need in your life, because they come and try to take advantage of your unfair advantage, of the blessings and the talents that you have. They want to come in and take advantage of that. And the minute you ask for your money back, the minute you ask back for what you need, they want to run for the hills. They can't face you because they know they did you wrong. And are these the people that you want in your lives, family? No, these are not the people that you want in your lives. These are not even the people that you want to deal with. And the reality is, these are not even people that you have to deal with. You don't have to deal with these people. You don't have to involve yourselves in these people's lives. Who are these people? There are billions, with a B, billions of people in the world. And you're focused on her. Wait a minute, I'll wait. I'll wait, because we've all done it. I'll wait. There are billions of people in the world, and you're focused on her. There are millions of people in your state, in your country, and you're focused on him. For what? He's not even focused on him. He's focused on getting from you and getting from everyone else. So you're spending your good energy, your good effort, and your good time focused on them. For what? And here's the reality, family. At the end of the day, we sit here and make these people so important in our lives. And we sit here and focus on the things that we don't have. So many of us, maybe you're married and you're unhappy in your marriage, or maybe you're married and you're happy in your marriage, but there's something in your life that you don't like. So instead of focusing on being happy in your marriage, you're focusing on what you don't have. Maybe you're a person that's single and you're not married and you have no children. But instead of focusing on all the other good, great things that you have in your life, you want to put the spotlight on the fact that you're not married. You want to put the spotlight on what you don't have. And family, we got to start getting back to being grateful. And I know it's hard. There is nothing that I'm saying that's easy. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to want what you want because the heart wants what it wants. I know it's hard to watch social media and these people's highlight reels, looking like life is oh so perfect and life is oh so great, and watching them win, thinking that we are not winning. But the reality is, family, things are either working for you or they're working on you, but either way they're working. And it doesn't matter what your situation is in your life, that is going to change for the better. But you have to believe that. And you got to start speaking over yourselves and telling yourself that I am valuable. So when people come in your lives and show you who they are, bye. I'll wait. Goodbye. And you can let them go and not be so torn down. And you can let them go and not be so hurt and so broken. And you can let them go and let them run for the hills and let them go, because I guarantee you, family, the person that you are, they always come back. And they may not come back today. They may not come back tomorrow. Yo, I've seen it where people have come back years later to remind you of who you are, because life wasn't so great for them when they left you. I'll wait. Y'all think I'm playing. Life wasn't so great for them when they left you, because where were they going to go? I'll wait. Where were they going to go? With who? Like, wait a minute. Who is you? I will wait. Where are they going to go to find another you? Nowhere. I don't care if she found a whole other dude making it look like she's happy. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what it is. That's all cap. I don't care if she found I don't care if he found a whole other woman trying to pretend that woman does not make him, let me tell y'all something. And I'm not wishing bad on anyone. We move on for reasons that are personal. We get into these different relationships and we wish the best for him or her. But typically, not for all, but typically, when these people are out here rebounding, out here trying to replace you, they realize quickly that people are not doing for them what you did for them. These women out here aren't so kind. These men out here aren't so gracious. And they sat there and lost the best thing they ever had, all because they couldn't even face you because they did you wrong. A lot of y'all were willing to hear what they had to say. You were willing to get the closure. You were going to allow them to share their piece. You were going to allow them to speak their mind and let you know why they did to you what they did to you. You had the door open but they ain't even call. And here we go. Here we go. Days later, they hit you with the, hey, just thinking about you. Were you thinking about the money that you owed me? You were thinking about me. Were you thinking about my peace that I allowed you to take away? Were you thinking about my well-being and how you played in my face, but you want to call me as if nothing happened? Because that's what they do. They like to pick up the phone and hit you with the, hey, I was just checking on you. For what? Run me my money. If you want to check on me, give me what you owe me. And family, we got to get real serious about the type of people that we are allowing to stay in our lives. Because some people are here for a good time, not a long time. And we got to get really serious about the thoughts that we're thinking and what we're allowing to sit and stay and come in our minds. Because if you're not careful, you will allow these people to break you down. If you are not careful, you will allow these people to get you to think that you are not great. You will allow these people to take you down through there, and they're not even worth it, yo. A lot of these people, without you, who would they be? And I'm not even trying to be mean, but who? What? Like I said earlier, where are they even going to go without you? And that is how you have to feel about yourself when these people come in your life and run for the hills because they can't even face you because they know they did you wrong. So guess what you do? Let them go. Like, we have spent so much time, so much energy, so much effort into trying to figure out why people are the way that they are. So much time, so much energy, so much effort trying to figure out why people do what they do, why people treat us this way, why people cheat on us, why people steal from us, why people lie and cheat. And you know what I learned, family? They do it because that's what they want to do. Sometimes there's no reason for why people do the things that they do. They do it because that's what they want to do. And we got to stop being in situations where we're trying to control people and trying to control outcomes so that those outcomes could be favorable for us. Because sometimes, family, in many cases, doors are closed for reasons unknown to us. These people could be out here slandering your name, and you're trying to build a life with them. Sometimes people are removed out of your lives for a good reason, reasons unbeknownst to you. So sometimes when a person wants to leave your life, let them people go. You don't have to chase anything. You don't have to chase anyone. For what? You are the truth. You got to learn how to stand in your power and stand on your rock and talk to yourself and say, self, I'm better than this, yo. Self, I believe that this is going to work out. Self, I don't need them. Even after they took from me. Self, I know that God, the universe, Buddha, whatever you believe in, your creator is going to replace every single thing that you lost from these people. That everything that you thought you lost from these people will be replaced. I'll wait. Tell me I'm lying. Sometimes when these people leave your life shoots up anyway. And now they got to watch you win. Y'all, saddest story of their lives. Now they got to sit back and watch you win because they thought that they could just move on and hurt you. That's not how that works. That wasn't designed to work that way. You are the truth. You are the chosen one. This is your season, your winning season, your season to change your life. How many videos have I made about becoming a better person, about encouraging yourself, about knowing that you are the sun, and who doesn't want to be close to the sun, about knowing your worth and your value. And even when people hurt you, they did not find you where they left you, and that you are in a better place because you are a better person, because you deserve more and have more and are going to continue to be more. You don't need them. And I hate to use my strong voice, but you don't need, let me soften it up. Hold on, let me get my voice together. You don't need them. And you don't need them because at the end of the day, you weren't born with them. You don't need them because you are the truth. They need you more than you will ever, ever, ever need them. And they know that though. They need you more than you'll ever need them. And so family, when these people can't face you and go no contact and do all these type of games to play in your face, it's because they know they did you wrong, but they don't even want to face the truth. And they don't even want to face the reality of that. And another reason why people run for the hills after they know they did you dirty is because, family, these people are in denial. Some people are truly in denial about who they really are. And there is a movie that I love because I love movies, and it was called Shutter Island, and it was with Leonardo DiCaprio. And for you guys who have seen it before, it is a movie about a man that is seemingly trapped and in prison, and he's doing everything to try to escape. And at the end of the movie, you learn what the truth is. And so I don't want to spoil the movie for y'all. I want y'all to watch it. But the reality is we're living in our own heads about who we truly are. We're living in our own minds about who we truly are. And these people are in denial about hurting you. Because if you hear their side of the story, some of them don't even think they did you wrong. If you hear their side of the story, some of them don't even feel like what they did was that serious. They're like, oh, I was going to get her money back. I was going to give him what I owe him. It wasn't no big deal. It wasn't no pressure. Oh, no, it was very much so a big deal because I lent you mortgage money, right? It was very much so a big deal because I gave you rent money. It was very much so a big deal because you took from me and I gave you what I needed. And you learn, family, that a lot of times when you're out here helping people, they're not giving you what they need. They're not giving you anything. The little money that they come up on, they're giving it to themselves. They're prioritizing themselves and doing for themselves what you should have done for yourself, but you did for them because you're a good person. And like I said earlier, karma is real. They will get their just due. But in the moment, it hurts. But you have to know who you are. You have to know your worth. And you have to understand and know that when these people want to go, you let them go. No questions asked. And there are some tips that can help you cope with the pain of what those people did to you. There are many things out here that you can do to sort of help you heal. One, don't talk to them. Sometimes, family, and this is the hardest lesson I ever learned, sometimes you got to chalk it up as a loss and you got to take the L. You really got to take the L. They may have taken from you and you may not be able to get that back, but you got to trust and know that you're going to get back so much more than she took from you. That you're going to get back so much more than he took from you. But you got to know that and believe it. And every single thing in your life that you think you lost will be replaced. But you got to take the L. Because sometimes the L helps you save face. You're not going to be running behind. Who you look like running behind her? I'll wait. You a whole God out here. You a whole king out here. And come on, man. What do you look like running behind him? You are a high value woman. But he knew that though. And you're running behind him because essentially he's trying to water you down to his ex. Water you down to the weaker women that he has dated. Who are you to run behind these people? And I learned that in my life, family, that we let people go because we don't keep anyone. Because people are here because they want to be here. And people stay in your life because they love you, because that's where they want to be. And sometimes it truly helps to talk to someone you can trust, someone who will be a listening ear, who won't judge you, right? Because people like to judge knowing they went through what you went through before, but they like to act like they're so perfect, right? So you want to talk to someone that truly won't judge you and can understand you and give you real good wisdom. You know what I mean? Whether that's a therapist, a family member, a close friend, someone that can help you get through a lot of what you've been through. And you definitely want to give yourself time to heal. You definitely want to give yourself time to heal because none of this is easy. Because sometimes we've had these people in our lives and we looked at them like they were such great people, like they would never hurt us. Like we can't even believe that they did what they did to us because in our minds, they came in like a snake in the grass. We didn't even see it coming. They sold us dreams, sold us pipe dreams, told us the things that we wanted to hear, and we took the bait and turned around and helped them, family. How many of y'all have turned around and helped a person in your life? Leave it in the comments. Tell me, because y'all see, I respond to the comments. Like I want to know how many people have, or has someone ever come into your life and hurt you and you didn't even see it coming? Because that happens too, family. I've had people come into my life and I didn't even see that they were doing the things that they were doing. And I learned that I have to have better discernment. And I learned that I have to start prioritizing and categorizing people. And I learned that I can't collect red flags, that I have to see things for what they are, see things for what they truly are, and accept people for who they are. And that is such a hard lesson to learn. Family, we out here looking at people for their potential. We're out here looking at people for their potential because in our minds, they want more for their lives. They want different and better and new. They want to go places. They said that they want to be a superstar. They said that they want to be a real estate agent. Like they said that they want to be a business owner. And we're sitting there believing it because it's so believable, because maybe it's true. But what I learned, family, is maybe people have multiple personalities. Like maybe people are coming at you one way and they're truly coming at you another way and you don't even see it. They call those people deceivers. And we got to start really recognizing the deceivers in our lives. Yo, let's be very, very clear. Full disclaimer, there are great people in this world. There are great people. I would not be who I am. I would not be where I am if I didn't acknowledge the fact that there are great and wonderful people here in this world. And I am so thankful for that. But there are people, family, that are not that great. And there are people that prey on the weak. And there are people that take from you, that rob, that kill, and that take advantage of your soul. And we got to understand when we're allowing these people in our lives, family, because we can't do that. You can't sit here and build a beautiful house and build a wonderful building and someone's at your foundation poking holes in your foundation. You sit up there putting scaffolding around your heart and around your building and they at the bottom poking holes. That's not going to work. And the minute you see a sign of a person showing you who they are, trust the sign. And here's the thing. I'm not saying people can't change. People change. I'm not saying people can't be better. People get better. But for what it's worth, family, you got to protect your heart just like they're protecting theirs. You got to protect your own interest just like they're protecting their own interest. You got to protect yourself like they're protecting themselves. They took your money and spent it on someone else. They took your time and built themselves. And it's hard to hear, but you got to know that's what people are doing, family. I had to come to the realization that everybody's not your friend. I had to come to the realization that everybody doesn't want what you want. I had to come to the realization that everyone isn't on what you're on, and everyone doesn't want to be good. And everyone doesn't want to donate blood and save the world and build communities and help and guide and lead and teach that some people want to be who they are. That some people like to kill and some people like to hurt. And some people are truly opportunists because somewhere in their lives they were hurt and they couldn't overcome their hurt. Somewhere in their lives they got played or hurt badly by someone and they feel like taking it out on you. And every single person that they meet, I learned, family, that everyone is not happy for you. Like just because you got these great things going on in your life, that you're doing these wonderful things in your life, and you're this wonderful person and building this great life for you and yours, everyone, they're not happy about that. Some people are seemingly in happy lives and they're miserable, yo. Some people have everything that you would ever want and they are unhappy and they would trade it all in for freedom. They would trade it all in to do them, to do something different and to be someone different and to have something different in their lives. Everyone is not happy that you run across. So we can't be out here sharing our good juju, the good news of our future, the good blessings that are happening to us because these people aren't happy and they're listening to what you're saying. And some of them are keeping score. They're listening to what you're saying and keeping score and saying, you know what? Okay, I'm going to capitalize off this. They're going to hit you with the, you know what? I had thoughts of owning a business too, or I wanted more. Let me hold something real quick. I promise I'll get it back. It's not going to be a problem. And now the cycle starts again. So you got to start protecting yourself, guarding your heart. And like I've said before, your heart has a door, right? It opens and closes. It has a lock and you own the key. It is your key. It is not anyone else's key. It doesn't belong to her. This is your key, and you decide who you want to let in and who you want out of your life, and that's on everything. We got to start doing a better job focusing on self-care. We're sitting here taking care of everybody else but us. Sitting here making sure she's provided for. Is she making sure you're provided for? And I'm not saying that, listen, I get it. We do things for people without expecting reciprocity. We do things for people with no expectation that they're going to turn around and do for us. But can we at least ensure that these are people that we can trust? Can we at least do a better job ensuring that they're not going to run for the hills after they do us dirty? Because a real one who does you wrong, a real one who hurts your feelings, they're going to come back and they're going to apologize. And you know it's not going to be a lie because you're going to know that they mean it. You're going to be able to feel that they mean it. You're going to know that they are serious about their apology. And for people who run for the hills, a good telltale sign of a person that is meant to be in your life is a person that has staying power. That no matter how hard things get, they're here for a long time. That they're willing to work through the issues, work through the challenges, work through all of the outside forces. They're not just getting up and leaving you. They're not just getting up and making a decision that they want better than you. They're here for a long time. They're staying the course. But for people that are not meant to be in your life, those people leave your lives rather quickly. They leave your lives rather quickly. They get what they want and they run for the hills. They take advantage of you and they move on to find new prey. They're sitting here preying on people. These are people that are not meant to be in your life. And this is why we got to start finding ways to heal from the hurt. Because if we're not careful, it turns to trauma. If we're not careful, the things that the people have done to us will internalize within us. And now we become them. Now we become bitter. Now we want to hurt the world and say things like, oh, I'm single. I'm good being single. I ain't ever need nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't need nothing. I don't like. No, that's not the true you. Because you were made for relationships. You were made for happiness. And I'm not just talking about love relationships, but you are made to make a difference and an impact in this world. You are not just made to be taken advantage of and hurt. You are made to leave a long-lasting impact in this world, if that's what you believe. I'll wait. Do you believe that you were made for greater? No, you were not made to be hurt and to sit in the trauma of someone else's pain because they were hurting. So they come in your life and hurt you. I know it hurts, but we got to find a way to come out of that hurt, because if we're not careful, we become no better than them. Like, who are these people, yo? I'll wait. Who are these people? And a lot of times, family, have you ever been in a situation, I know I have, where you've dealt with a person and you broke up with that person and you look back and you're like, why didn't I leave that sooner? When you open your eyes, when the scales of your eyes have been removed and you look back and you say to yourself, why didn't I leave that sooner? So family, understand and know that the person that you're dealing with that has hurt you, you will one day look back and say, why didn't I deal with that sooner? Why didn't I end that sooner? Why didn't I see it coming? And for those who played you and you really didn't even know it was coming, that's cool because they're going to get their just due. Trust and know and believe. You don't have to call anyone. You don't got to pop up at their house. You don't got to go key their car and do all the violent and crazy things that gets you in trouble. You have to sit here and sit in your frame and find emotional intelligence and chill and not be so reactionary. Just chill and watch it all play out. I'm telling you, watch it all play out because the Lord's vengeance is so much bigger than anything you think you can ever do to hurt a person. That's facts. There is nothing that you have to do to retaliate on these people when they run for the hills and can't face you because they know they did you wrong. They're doing it to themselves. Every single thing. Listen, I learned this for real. Every single thing that a person thought that they did to you, they've done it unto themselves. Everything that they took from you, they took from themselves. And this is why it doesn't last. This is why when they take from you, they can't retain it. This is why when they thought that they capitalized off of your good graces, nothing good happened for them. And everything that they touched dropped to the ground and died. That sounds like a cursed person to me. If they sat here and brought about destruction and calamity, frustration, lack, everything negative in their lives, they brought it on themselves off the strength of what they did to you because you are the chosen one. That is how you have to feel about yourself. You don't have to run behind these people living in guilt, living in shame, living in lack, all off the strength of what they've done to you. You don't have to. And all you have to do is understand and know that they run for the hills because that's what they're designed to do, because that's who they are, because that is who they're choosing to be in this season. So in conclusion, family, these people ran for the hills because they know they did you wrong. These people had no intentions of paying you your money back, giving you back anything they took from you. They had no intentions of making it right. Some of them did, but most of them do not. Their goal was to come in your life and play tricks on you and play games with you. And they were looking for a clown in their circus. But you got to know, family, that you're better than that. And if you were a person that were in a situation where you were being used, trust and know that you are useful. And you got to start feeling better about yourself and loving yourself more and being more kind to yourself and understanding your value. And your role here in society is to win and that you have greater in your future. And this little situation happened. It's cool. Water under a bridge. We're moving on because every single thing that you thought you lost will 100% be replaced. Every single thing that you thought they took from you, you're going to get back to you, family. Every single thing, family, everything that they did wrong, when they ran for the hills, when they couldn't even reciprocate, when you call them, asking them for small favors, family, every single thing you think you lost is going to come back to you. And they got to sit here and live in guilt and shame. They got to sit here, truly, they literally have to sit here and live in guilt and shame off of the strength of what they did to you, man. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. These people have hurt you. Consciously, unconsciously have hurt you. But you deserve better. And you will have better because everything that we experience is just a lesson learned. It is the ability for us to know and understand that something greater is coming, that something better is coming, that someone better is coming into our lives, that there is better for us, man. We sit here thinking that we don't have value because if we're not careful, we take these people's painful experiences and start to believe that we're worthy of lack, and we are not. You are so deserving of everything that you want. You're so deserving of a healthy relationship. Not just one to be in because you want a dead body next to you just to say you're married. You want a dead body next to you just to say, no, you want and deserve a happy and healthy relationship that leads to good things in your future. You deserve to be with people that are peace protectors, that help you and make you better people. You deserve to be in situations that help develop you and grow you, where you can be a great contributor to society and give as much as you receive. You do not deserve to be taken advantage of by anyone. And these people, when they want to leave your lives, you let them go. When these people want to leave your lives, you let them run for the hills. Because at the end of the day, they're going to realize what they lost. There is no one out there. That's you. No one. Where are they going to go? When they sit here and try to play on you, play in your face and take from you, and they go and try to repeat that with the next person, that is nothing but bad things coming back on them. Bad karma. Because they're reaping what they sow. More than they sow. For later than they sow. And revenge came quickly, but it wasn't by your hand, because there is nothing that you have to do. All you have to do is sit and wait for your blessings to come, because these people will be reckoned with for what they've done to you. Because if the tables was turned, you wouldn't do that to them, what they've done to you. You wouldn't hurt them the way they hurt you. You wouldn't play in their face the way they played in your face, family. You deserve better. And you are better. And you may not be able to make sense of what they've done to you. You may not be able to understand fully how they hurt you after all the things that you've done for them. But trust and know that one day they may be sitting down and they're going to think about you. And they're going to think about the hurt that they brought you. And it may not be today. It could be 50 years down the line. They're going to sit and think about what they've done wrong. And it's so crazy, because I was just talking to a friend about the movie The Color Purple, right? With Celie and Paul D. And he treats her so badly throughout the movie. But at the end of the movie, he makes peace, I suppose, by giving her the things that he's taken from her. And he's on a horse and he walks off into the sunset. And nobody asks where he goes. Nobody cares where he's walking off to, because that's how that story ends. For those people, they don't matter. That's how that story ends for those people. They walk off into a sunset and they don't matter, because nobody cares. Nobody cares where they're going. Nobody cares if they're coming. Nobody cares. Their part in your story is over, and you got to accept that. And if they come back in your life as a changed person, if they come back in your life as a different person, that's what's up. But as far as we're concerned now, their part in your story is over, and you accept it, because you have better and greater coming. Better things, better people, a better you. Let them people run for the hills, because they know they did you wrong. And they're not mature enough to be the person that you need them to be in this season in your life. So let them go. Just something to think about. Stay inspired. And by the way, I want to say thank you all for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. My channel is growing. I started YouTube with the intention of just sharing the many lessons that I learned along the way. And I'm so happy to see that it's resonating with so many people. I hope you have a good day. Stay inspired. A lot of people want to come back to you. A lot of people do, and they may not know how to go about it. Some of them will beg. Some of them will plead. Some of them are working the courage to get there. And some of them are just thinking about it. But family, you got to know your worth. And you got to know your value. And like I said before, you are the sun. And who doesn't want to be close to the sun? And I want to give you some reasons why people will beg to be back with you, are thinking about coming back to you, and want you back. Number one, they recognize your value. You know, sometimes when you're in a relationship with a person and things don't typically work out in the beginning for whatever reason, people are on their high horse. They're like, oh, I'm good. I don't need him. I don't need her. You know, they're closed. They're cold. They might block you, or they might not talk to you, or they might move on and put on a fake social media campaign. But after a while, family, when they get out there, they start to truly realize what they had at home. They start to truly realize what they lost in you. And a lot of people don't realize, family, that when you are in relationships, sometimes you go from gratitude to expectation. So the things that you used to be thankful for, you now expect it. You're now treating a person differently or badly, or taking that person for granted. And she thinks because you're so good to her that she can go get that anywhere. He thinks because you're so good to him that he could find that easily in another woman. And that's not the case. So these people get out here and they quickly realize what the streets has to offer. They get out here and realize that the grass was not greener. And so they start to recognize your value, the little things that you used to do for them that no one else does, the opportunities that you created, the times that you guys both spent, the life that you were creating, the blessings that came with you. Everybody doesn't have blessings. Everyone is not on the things that you're on. Everyone is not doing the things that you were doing. And so when these people get out there, they're like, yo, this is not that. This is not the person that I was with. This is not the person that I am used to being with. And they start to think about you and they're recognizing your value and they're seeing like, man, you know what? I think I bet wrong. I think I chose wrong. I think that I should have stayed in the situation that I was in. I think that I chose the wrong person. So where they initially undervalued your presence, they're starting to realize your importance. So now they miss your qualities. They miss your support. They miss the overall companionship, really, because people don't remember, right? That what they have is a blessing because they take it for granted. They forget that they have the blessing the whole doggone time, but they took it for granted because they're so used to it. And so they're starting to realize your value because the separation created time for them to really think and really see what they lost. And now they want you back. And another reason they want you back is because they realize the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Sometimes when you chase that new and shiny thing, when something just looks so good, you just have to have it. When you're in a situation where a person is telling you what you want to hear and gaslighting you and gassing you up and love bombing you, you start to really think that maybe this person feels that way, only to find out that it was all cap. That these people out here are opportunists. And I'm not saying everyone is bad, but there's a good number of people that play on vulnerabilities and play on emotions. And so if they see a newly broken person or a newly separated person or someone that has what they want, they're going to go in for that leverage. So they get in there and they start to realize that the people that they're dating now aren't you. That the person that they threw it all away for wasn't you. That they traded in their 80% for this 20%. They traded in their 80% for this 20%, and the 20% ain't a hit. The 20% is not working like they thought it would. The 20% is not a guarantee. And so they're realizing more and more that the grass is not greener on the other side, and that this new person is incompatible with them. That this new person put on a show, that this new person wasn't the thing the whole time, that this new person was cap. You know what I'm saying? And so they start to realize, man, the grass wasn't greener. I could have literally stayed home and watered my own grass. I could have stayed in the relationship with him because I thought it was so bad, but it wasn't. I could have been in her. And let me say this, family. Sometimes when you are so anointed, when you come with so much, when you are so abundant, when you are so blessed, a lot of times to certain people who don't have what you have, that feels like bondage. To certain people who are not on what you're on or who are not where you are in your life, that feels like imprisonment to them. Because for some people, good doesn't feel good. It doesn't. When you're used to so much wrong, when you're used to toxic environments, good doesn't feel good. So they jumped in these situations with these new people thinking that that was good, but it wasn't good. They were literally trauma bonding with new people. They were jumping in situations that never were healthy for them in the first place. And the grass was not greener on the other side because it wasn't designed to be. And when they left you the way that they did, some of them left you the wrong way. Some of them hurt you and did you oh so wrong after all you've done with them and for them. They really thought that they were going to leave you and that things were going to work out for them. But that's not how that goes. Because when you put so much bad out there in the world, it comes back to you. So you can't have that expectation that things are going to be so great and perfect for you when you leave, because that's not how that goes. And so they realized quickly the grass wasn't greener on the other side, and now they have to live in regret. Number 3, a lot of people want you back because they fear missing out. They fear missing out. They done went out here in this world. They done saw it for all that it was. They were up under the comfort of you for so long. You made them feel like a king. You made them feel like a queen. They were up under you for so long that they started to feel like your anointing was their own. So they went out here, they took their upgrade out in the streets and quickly realized it wasn't what it was. But now they have to watch you win. I'm trying to tell y'all they have to watch you win. They are watching you secretly because the enemy has a way of showing people what they missed out on. They are watching you win every single day. They got to look at you on social media. And for many of us, we're putting on a show, right? They got to watch you on social media. And you're not even pretending you're doing this in real life. You really healed from them. You really moved forward from them. You really worked hard to become a better person. And they know it because they feel it and they have to watch you win. And that is so hard for so many people, family, because they did not find you where they left you. Because maybe when y'all broke up, you were so sad and crying and devastated and in the pit and in a bad place. But look at you now. And now they went and got here with this new supply, this new person. They just wanted to be single. They wanted to be by themselves. They wanted to join forces with someone different. But what they realized is that they made the biggest mistake of their life by letting you go. And now they got to watch you live the life that they once had the opportunity to live. Some of y'all are so blessed and fortunate. You got a lot of good things going on in your life. You have every single thing that any person needs in their life. And they got to watch you win while they're sitting out there entertaining fools, sitting out there having traded their greater for lesser, sitting out there wasting their own time, dealing with people that don't even care about them, and they have to sit there and watch you win. And so they start to worry, and they're starting to live in heavy regret because it's like, man, I had the best thing that I ever had, and I let that go. I had the best thing that I ever had, and I let him go, and now I want to come back. Because what if I never have an opportunity to date a person like that again? Because I'm going to tell you something, family, and this is on some real. People like you don't come around that often. They don't. There may be people that look like you, people that act like you, but they are not you. And people like you don't come around that often. So people have to sit and watch what they lost. And some of y'all already moved on. Some of y'all are in new relationships. So that ex-person that you were dealing with got to watch you happy. Watch you and realize, man, I think I missed out. And for those of you that aren't in relationships, that are single, trust and believe your ex is watching. And they're like, man, I wonder if I can enter back in their lives. I wonder if I've done so much damage that it's irreparable. I wonder if the hurt was so bad that they won't forgive me. I wonder if I have an opportunity. So now they're watching you from afar. They start wanting to know about you. Maybe some of them are texting you secretly, calling you from block numbers, liking some of your things on social media. Whatever they have to do to get your attention, they are watching because they feel like they've missed out on a blessing. Number 4, they miss that security. They miss that security that came with you. Y'all, listen, you made people feel safe. You took care of her. You made sure that she had a sound mind. You were a peace protector. You protected her peace. You blessed her. You did everything that you could do. Some of y'all did the same thing for the men that were in your lives. And what did they do? They found a way to ruin it. And the security that you provided is gone. That covering that you had over them is gone. And people do not realize how important it is to have a covering. How important it is to have a person that got your back. If you fall on your face, they're there for you. If you need to hold something or borrow some money or need love, affection, and attention, they're there for you. But they got out here and realized quickly, a lot of these people are not like that. They're not there to be there for you for a long time. They're there for a good time. They don't want to console you and love you. They don't care about your financial situation. They want to know that you have what it takes to take care of them. They want to know that you can do for them with the means that you had. But now they're thinking about you, that you were so pure and so authentic in your love for them, and that you would have done anything for them, that you would have been there for them and had their back for as long as you needed to. They're realizing that, family. I'm telling you, they're realizing that. So now they have nostalgia and they're thinking about all the great things. And the minute situations aren't working out with that new person, they're thinking about you because y'all didn't go through that. Y'all didn't argue like that. You didn't take advantage of them like that. You didn't say those things like that. You didn't use them like that. So they're realizing, I don't think what I had was so bad. I think that I gave away something great. I think I should have put a little bit more work into that. And that's how they're feeling, family. And now they're sitting here replaying the memories of the two of you, replaying the places that you used to go, the things you used to see, the relationships that you both built, the times where you guys communed together as one. They're missing all of it because that new person isn't even offering a little bit of it. And number 5, most importantly, some people are really experiencing personal growth and change. Family, you have to know how powerful you are. When a person comes in your life, you make their life better. You change the game for them. You show them new opportunities, new places, new things. You have them believing in themselves, feeling valuable, feeling worthy, feeling beautiful, because that's what comes with you. That's what comes with your energy. These people did not realize what they had. You are their number one supporter, their number one believer. They could have come to you for anything. Anything. And now you're breaking up with them or them leaving you or whatever the case was, gave them the opportunity to get out there and realize what they had. And it forced them to grow. Because when they left you, some of them had very, 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 very traumatic experiences. Some of them were truly and really and deeply hurt. When they left you, they went out and dealt with the person. They met their match. They went out and met themselves in the opposite. They went out and met the wrong one. They went out and danced with the devil. They went out and made huge mistakes. And when their life fell apart, family, and when things didn't go well for them, and when karma hit them, and when it was a series of not so good, very bad events happening in their lives, they fell on their face. And they quickly realized, yo, I left the best thing that I ever had. Why did I do that? And they start to see the things within them that they need to work on and the changes that they need to make. And in time, they may have overcome and overcome and overcome, and they're becoming someone new. So now they want you back because you were the prize the whole time. You were the person that had their back the whole time. Now they want to beg to have you back in their lives. Because family, you start to realize the more you mature, that those good relationships don't come by so quickly. Those good relationships don't come by so soon. And there are a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing out here playing the game to capitalize off people's good blessings. And so when they got out there, they're like, yo, this is not that. And I miss the person that I was with. And so they start to grow and become a better person and become a new and different person every single day. Some of them have entered into therapy. Some of them have right their wrongs. Some of them are doing new and different things. And they truly, truly, truly have changed. So in conclusion, a lot of people want you back. And they want you back because you did the work. And we know it's hard, but true change is waking up every day and making a decision that you want to do something new and different than you did the day before. True change is doing something little by little and little by little and learning that little by little, little becomes a lot. And you've worked hard on yourself to get to where you are. You're doing the work. You're continuing to do the work, and they all see it. They all see it. You've been out here giving them a real show. They all see it. And they want a part of that. They miss being in your environment. They miss your anointing. They recognize your value. They see that the grass was not greener on the other side. They miss that security that you provided. And overall, they miss you. And some of them have become prosperous in their lives. Maybe they got a little bit of success. Some of them had to start over from scratch. It doesn't matter where they landed after they left you, because at the end of the day, they realize, with or without, their best life was when they were with you. And that's just something for you to think about, family. And it's up to you on if you want them back in your life. And you'll know that a person's changed. You'll feel it. You'll pray about it. You'll know it. You'll meditate on it, and you'll feel it. And you'll know when a person has a true change. And it is up to you on whether or not you want them back in your life. Because when they left you, you still had you. You are every single thing, a whole vibe, a whole energy. And no matter what happens from this point on, you still have you. So at the end of the day, you have the prize because you are the prize. Stay inspired. When you look back on your life, hindsight being 2020, aren't you happy that you didn't get that thing that you thought you wanted? Aren't you happy that you didn't get that person that you thought you wanted, family? Sometimes we look in the past and we think that everything we needed is back there. We think that we lost everything in the past. We think that our best days are behind us. But the reality is, no, your best days are in front of you. And our past is here to teach us lessons, to help us to understand the things that we lost, to help us understand where we're going and how we're moving forward. And your past is a barometer for where you need to get. Your past is a reminder for the things that you want to do different. And I love the past. I'm thankful for our past. Some of us have very challenging past. But at the end of the day, every single thing that we want lies in front of us, and it doesn't lie behind us. Every single thing that we want is ahead of us. Everything that we want is ahead of us. Everything good, everything noble, everything freeing, everything wonderful is ahead of us. And so many of us are stuck in the past as if the past was it. As if our best days were behind us. No, your best days are in front of you. And I do understand we go through some things that knock us down. We go through some things that truly take us out. We go through some things that got us questioning life on some real, questioning who we are, questioning where we need to be. But the reality is every single thing that you want is ahead of you. It is not in your past. Your best days are not behind you. Your best days are in front of you. The best of your life is ahead of you. It isn't behind you. The best of your life, the best things that you're going to do, the best opportunities that you're going to have, the best miracles and memories that you're going to make lie ahead of you. But you have to believe that. And I know life is hard. It's challenging. Financially, things can get tough. It beats us down. Relationally, things are hard. We have breakups and situations that don't work out in our lives and things that keep happening and happening and happening. But at the end of the day, I want you to trust and know that every single thing that you need is in front of you. That you don't have to look back there. That everything you want is in front of you. And family, if you look at your life, and look at all the things that you've been through, and look at all the challenges that you've had in your life, ask yourself, what is my purpose? Because you have a purpose. You are here. You're not dead. You woke up this morning. So if you woke up this morning, that means that there's something greater waiting for you. If you woke up this morning, that means that there's something better for you. I've had so many situations in my life where I woke up and those negative thoughts started to just download in my head. And I started feeling sad and thinking about the things that happened yesterday and thinking about all the negative things that weren't going my way. And family, in order for us to change, we have to change our mindset. In order for us to change, we have to change the way we see things. And in order for us to change, we have to make a decision right where we stand that we want something better and different. Because true change is waking up in the morning and deciding that you want something different than you had the day before, and that you are going to do something different than you did the day before. That's true change. And if you keep thinking the same thoughts over and over repetitively, nothing new and different can come in your life. If you keep thinking the same thoughts over and over and over and over again, then we can't have true change. And family, we are in a season where we can't afford to go back there. We're in a season that we can't listen to the negative things that people have spoken over our lives, the negative things that people have said about us, the bad things that people have done to us. We have to make a decision to move forward. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Like I told you, I've lived it. I'm not new to the game. I'm true to it. I've been through challenging things in my life where I woke up and didn't think that I was going to live, that I was going to die. Where I woke up and not knowing how I'm going to make ends meet. Where I woke up and not seeing a different outcome for myself. But as you overcome and you overcome and you overcome, you become somebody new. But you have to make a decision in your own life that you're going to overcome. You have to make a decision in your own life that you want different and better for yourself, because no one's going to make it for you. No one's going to make it for you. And you can't quit now. You have a lot of people that you still have to prove wrong. And I'm not even trying to sound arrogant, but it's facts. You have to prove to yourself that you're better than this, that you're bigger than this, that you can change your story right now, that you can rewrite a new story right now. You have so much to live for. So much to do, so much actions that you have to take, so much movements that you have to make in your life. You don't have time to settle. You don't have time to sit and wait and hope. No, you're not even in that energy. You are the sun. And who doesn't want to be close to the sun? You better know who you are and know your worth and know your value and know what you bring to the table, and ask yourself, why don't I believe in myself more? And I get it. Things happen that beat us down, that take us out. They take us where we don't need to go. But you got to know that you're winning. And you got to know that you're a winner. And you got to know that every single thing that you want lies in front of you, and it is not behind you. I am going to say it again. Every single thing that you want lies in front of you, and it's not behind you. If you sit there and listen to every negative thing a person tells you, you'll start to believe it. then you'll acquiesce back into mediocrity. And there is nothing mediocre about you. Everything about you screams greatness. Everywhere you go, everything you do, your whole energy, your vibe, every single thing about you speaks greatness. But you know that though, because you have to believe it. There is nobody else on the outside that's going to tell you who you are. There is nobody out there that's going to define your life for you. No, you are creating the life that you want, and you are creating the life that you want to live for your own self. And you're moving on your frequency, and you're moving at a high vibration, and you're moving forward from the past, and you're moving forward from lack, and you're moving forward to a new and better future that you are co-creating with God, with the universe, with whoever you believe in. You are co-creating the life that you want to live, and you got to stay up. You got to stay up mentally. You got to stay up. It's enough things in life happening that's beating you down and making you feel bad about who you are and stressing you out and taking you down through there. You have got to stay up. So I wanted to remind you of who you are on today, and that every single thing that you want is in front of you. It is not behind you. And it doesn't matter what they say. What are they going to say? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Are you going to let what someone says about you hold you back? You are absolutely not. It doesn't matter what they say about you. Let them talk. While they're talking, you're winning. While they're talking, you're moving forward. And no matter what anybody says about you, it is not going to stop you from moving forward. It is not going to stop you from winning. It is not going to stop you from accomplishing your goals and your dreams that you have set for your life. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Life is passing. Life is short. Every single day, we're a little bit older. Every single day, we're a little bit wiser. We are the oldest we've ever been and the youngest we'll ever be. And we do not have time to stop now. We didn't come this far just to come this far. We got a whole life we're creating, a whole future that we're doing, a whole moment that we're enforcing family at the end of the day. This is your life. And you got to take your life seriously. The days are passing. Time is passing. And we are moving forward, and you got to know it. Just something to think about. Stay inspired. There are so many reasons why people tend to treat us bad. And a lot of times we allow people to play in our face. And full disclaimer, I do understand that people have things that they're going through in their own lives, such as their own problems, their own stresses, their own situations that can cause them to mistreat you, and which can lead to their negative behaviors. I do understand that. But in this season, family, I'm taking full responsibility for the things that are happening in my life, full responsibility for how I allow people to show up in my life, and I'm taking full responsibility for how I allow people to treat me. And like I said earlier, I do understand that people have things going on in their own lives, but it is up to us on how we're going to allow people to treat us. And it is up to us on whether or not we want to deal with that behavior in our own lives. And we can't keep allowing people to play in our face or to take from us or to be mean to us. Because what happens is we gain trust from these people. Then they enter in our lives, stay in our lives longer than they need to, and sometimes ruin our lives because they've gained access. So we have to be very, very cognizant on how we allow people to treat us, the access that we're giving people in our lives, and how we're allowing people overall to handle us. So here are 7 reasons why people may treat you badly. Number 1, you are seeing them as a friend, and they're seeing you as an opportunity. You're seeing them as a friend or a lover, and they're seeing you as an opportunity. These people will come in your lives and try to convince you that they are for you. They will love bomb you. They will tell you all the things you need to hear. They will build you up. They will do every single thing that they can to try their best to infiltrate themselves into your life and make you trust them. All because they see something that you have that they want. And a lot of times, family, we have strengths, we have blessings and things in our lives that we don't even see are powerful, but other people are looking at. The things that we have that we're so used to, that we take for granted in our own lives, people sit here and they see it and they want it. So they want to take advantage of you. They want to take the opportunity as it comes. They see in you and in your life what they want for themselves and for their lives. So they're going to play in your face and do all the things that they need to do to convince you and reassure you that they are for you, but a lot of times they are not. So you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your platform. You have to protect everything, because a lot of times when these individuals come, they're playing on your weaknesses. You're sitting there telling them all your insecurities, telling them all the things that you've been through, the relationship that didn't work out and why it didn't work out, your financial situations, your family situations, telling them everything. And now they know the things to do to get you. Now they know the things to do to hold you. And so we have to be very careful of the things that we're telling people that are coming into our lives without even knowing who these people truly are. Not even giving time for these people to be battle tested, not truly knowing who we're dealing with. Some of us are dealing with the enemy. Some of us are sleeping with the enemy and we don't even know it, because we're so caught up in someone showing us attention, so caught up in someone loving us and being there for us, and us not taking the time to understand that they may be looking at us as an opportunity. And the reality is, once these people come in your life and once they see that the opportunity is gone, now they run for the hills. Now they're gone. Now they took every single thing that they gained from you and they ran for the hills, because their intention was to be there for a good time, not a long time. Their intention was never to stick around. Their intention was never to love you the way you deserved. So we have to understand that people can treat us badly simply because they're looking at us as an opportunity and we're looking at them as a prized possession. Another reason why people treat us badly is because we're sitting there trusting them. We are trusting them with our emotions, trusting them with our kids, trusting them with our finances, trusting them with everything, trusting them with our secrets, the skeletons in our closet. And we're trusting them, thinking that they have our best interest. And a lot of times, family, I get that. People are snakes in the grass. They come at you one way and you don't even know what you're dealing with. They come at you one way and you have no idea who they are until it's too late. They come in your lives and play in your face and allow you to get to that point where you're like, you know what? I can let my guard down with this person. This person understands me. This person has been where I've been. This person is on what I'm on. And then you realize too late that they were not. That we trusted in a person that was never good for us. That we were sleeping with the enemy. That we were lying with dogs. And that's some real ish. Like when I'm telling you what I know, we trust individuals too quickly and too easily. And they come in our lives and wreak havoc. And they treat us badly because we've opened the door, because we've given them access into our lives, because they know things about us that they could potentially use against us, because they blackmail you, because they do all the things to play in your face, take your trust, capitalize on your weaknesses, and gain from you. So we have to be careful of the individuals that we're trusting and allowing in our lives too soon and too quickly. And like I said earlier, I'm in the season where I'm taking full responsibility. I could sit here all day and blame all the people in my life that hurt me. Blame everyone for what they did to me. Blame everyone for how they hurt me. But no, I have to take full responsibility and look at myself and ask myself, why are you allowing this? Why are you doing this? And family, I want you to ask yourself, why are you allowing this? Why are you allowing a person to mistreat you? It is not everybody else's fault. Sometimes we have to look at ourselves and see the part that we played in the story. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard, but we have to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what part did I play in this story? Because that's how you're going to heal, family. That's how you're going to overcome the things that you need to overcome. And another reason why people treat us badly is because we're sitting here believing in potential. We're sitting here believing in potential, family, and you can't believe in potential. You have to believe in patterns. You can't believe in potential. Look at these people's patterns. Look at the patterns that they've ran in their lives. If they've made mistake after mistake after mistake with person after person after person, that is a pattern. If they're running patterns in their lives and things are not changing, but you can look at them and they're talking about they want to take over the world. They want to be a better person. They want to have more and do more. They want to be married. They want to all the things that they're telling you they want to do, but look at the fruits of their labor. Look at their lives. Look at their accomplishments thus far. Look at the decisions that they've made thus far and tell me, does their life look like what they're talking about? Does their life look like the things that they're talking about? All the things they're telling you that they want to do and they want to be and they want to have and the places that they want to go. Does their life look like what they're talking about? And I get it. We're all on the come up. We all want to grow. We all have things that we need to do to get to where we need to go. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But when you look at a person's pattern in their life, and if they're making the same mistake after mistake after mistake with a different person in a different scenario, in a different environment, chances are they're going to make that mistake again, and they're going to repeat that pattern again. So a lot of times people treat us badly is because we're not looking at the patterns. We're not here to collect red flags. You're here to identify them. Look at the red flag. Look at what the person is showing you. And I know this because I've been there. I know this because I've experienced it. Sitting there collecting red flags. Sitting there watching a person play in my face. Sitting there over and over and accepting the same thing over and over and over and accepting less than what God has for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Y'all hear me when I'm telling y'all, accepting less than what God has for us when I see the red flags, when I've identified the patterns, but there's something in me that is so nice that is accepting this behavior. So I want you to take a look at yourself, family, and ask yourself, am I seeing the patterns? Am I seeing the patterns? Am I seeing the same plays that they're running? Can I identify it from a mile away? Am I looking straight at it, but not making a decision to move forward with my life by continuing to allow this person to treat me badly? Look at the patterns, family, not the potential. Another reason, family, that I've identified why people treat us badly is truly because we're in negative, toxic environments. And whether that environment was created by someone else, created by her, created by him, or just created from our childhood, these toxic and negative environments weigh heavily and so substantially on the decisions that we make regarding how we allow people to treat us. And when we live in toxic environments, and when we're in toxic environments too long, we tend to normalize toxic behavior. We tend to normalize bad behavior because we know it's not good, but it's familiar. And good doesn't feel good when you've been through so much bad. Good feels not good, right? Bad feels familiar. So we tend to take the bait and live in these unhealthy scenarios and unhealthy situations because that's all we know. We live in these toxic environments because that's what we're used to, because that's what good feels like to us, because that's what we're used to, and that's all that we know. And family, when we sit here and normalize toxic behaviors, we have to look at our environments. Look at the company that you keep. Look at the environments that you hang in. Look at your home life. Look at all the things that you have responsibility over that you're allowing to wreak havoc in your life. Look at your mindset, the thoughts that you're thinking, the way that you're moving. Because when you're exposed to negative behaviors all the time, on a daily basis, you tend to think that that is normal, and that is not normal. And when you think bad behaviors are normal, it is really hard to identify earlier on when someone is treating you wrong. And I want to stay here for a minute and talk a little bit about toxic environments, because toxic environments lead to so many things, like low self-esteem. And that can erode your self-worth when you're sitting there listening to the negativity over and over and over and over again. It's like a hammer hitting a nail in the ground over and over again, over and over and over again, and you're getting beat down over and over and over again. And that can have a huge impact on your self-esteem, a huge impact on your self-worth, and a huge impact on the way you feel about yourself. And a lot of times you start to feel like you deserve that. You start to feel like you deserve that behavior because she told you that you were a bad person, because she told you that you're not a good father, because he told you that you're not worth it. A lot of times these people tell us these things to hurt us, and we start believing in it. When it starts chipping away at our self-esteem and chipping away on who we are and how we feel about ourselves, we start taking a bait and believing that. And when you start to feel bad about yourself, you tend to accept that behavior. You tend to normalize that foolishness, normalize that BS, and deal with these people in your lives because their goal is to break you down for the sole purpose of taking advantage of you. Their goal is to break you down, to hurt you purposely so that they can get what they want until their time is up. So we have to really be cognizant on the self-esteem, our self-worth, and truly how we feel about ourselves. And a lot of times when you're in toxic environments, you have limited support systems. Limited support systems, people who support you, who love you because you're so used to what you're going through. Now it's a secret. Not you don't want your family to know that they've been treating you this way because if you told someone how they were treating you, they'd be like, yo, why are you doing that? We sit here as people and give advice to everyone else on what they should do, but we don't even look at our own lives on what we should do in our own lives. We don't. We sit here and normalize bad behavior and accept foolishness from people. But when someone comes to us and we give them advice, it's never the advice that we would take for our own lives. So when you're in a toxic environment, it truly limits your support system because you're not telling anybody what you're going through. You're keeping everything secret, which keeps you in a bad environment a little bit longer every single day. And also, toxic environments create helplessness. Yo, you be really feeling like you can't get out of your situation. You really feel like there is no chance for you, that you can never get better, that things will never change, that you can never come out of that. And that is so far from true. When you're sitting here dealing in these bad situations, dealing with her, dealing in lack, dealing in these horrible, low vibrational situations, you start to feel like there is no way out for you. And it's so sad, family. I'm telling you what I know. I've seen it happen where we sit and we are in woe is me. I can't overcome this. Oh my goodness. No, you got to come up out of that. When you start to believe that negative foolishness for so long, you got to come out of that, family. Because at the end of the day, sometimes that's exactly where that person wants you to be. So again, they can get what they need to get out of your life and continue to treat you badly. But the reality is you are the truth. The reality is you have everything that you need because you literally have everything that they need. That they see in you what you're not seeing in yourself. That they see the blessing the whole time, but you don't even see the blessing, and you are the blessing. I remember I made a video and I talked about how you are the sun, and someone commented in the comments was like, I'm not the sun. I don't see myself as a sun. And the reality is if you don't see yourself as a sun, then you're not. I'm not going to argue with you for your limitations. If you don't see yourself as great, then you're not, yo. And it's not even to be mean, but we got to start seeing ourselves better than we're seeing ourselves. Because if a person can come in your life and see you for so great and you can't even see yourself that way, family, then that is a problem. That is because we've been in environments for so long that are so unhealthy that we lost a sense of who we were. And I'm not here to judge you. I've been there. I get it. I understand. But there's something about you having to encourage yourself so you can move from a bad situation to a better situation. And another reason why people tend to treat us bad is because we truly have a fear of abandonment. We're so afraid to be alone. We're so afraid that people are going to leave us. Let me tell you something. I understand. I remember years ago when I was young, right? Years ago, I used to feel like if this person leaves me, then I'll be all alone. If I'm all alone, then people will judge me. And if people judge me, then they're talking about me. And I am not where I know all the things, yo. All the tricks that our mind plays on us. And we have this fear of abandonment because maybe somewhere in our childhood, someone hurt us. Because maybe we had a parent that played on our emotions and left us. Because maybe promises were made to us that were broken so many times that we don't even believe in ourselves anymore. I understand. I truly, truly understand. And when we have this fear of abandonment, it causes us to make really, really bad decisions. Because we don't want a person to leave. So we tend to stay in bad situations longer because in our mind, what if I never meet another person like this again? She got a little bit of a name. She got a little bit of money. But what if I leave her? Then I'll have nothing. He has this and he has that. So what if I leave him? Then I'll be single, right? Because society tends to be very harsh on individuals that are not married and that don't have kids by a certain time. And I get that. So we have this fear of abandonment that causes us to stay in bad, broken situations and causes us to stay with bad and broken people. And we identify it, but it's too late when we do because now we already caught up in the situation. Staying here over, staying for a long time when we should only be staying for a short time because of the fear of abandonment that we carry. And I learned, family, that when you fear being alone, you tend to compromise everything. You compromise every single thing when you have the fear of being alone. You compromise your self-worth. You compromise how you feel about yourself. You compromise the stability for your children. You compromise your finances. You compromise your peace of mind. You compromise everything. And another reason people may treat us badly is because of our people-pleasing tendencies. We want to make everybody happy. We want to prioritize everyone's needs over our own. We want to make people bigger than they are. We're sitting here making people the main character of our own stories. Yo, I'm telling you what I know because I've done it. Like I don't know what everyone else is talking about, but I'm keeping it real with you. I've experienced it and I've done it by making someone else the main character of your own story. Now, what are you left with? Them feeling like they're better than you? What are you left with? I remember listening to this YouTube guy that I love oh so much, and he said, I took her to eat a 5-course meal and she thought she can get that anywhere. So a lot of times, family, we're sitting here giving these people our good anointing, giving these people our good lives while they're playing all in your face, making them the main character of your own story. Now they start to think that your blessing is their own. Now they're starting to think that your anointing is their own, and that's far from the truth, family. So we got to start knocking these people off of these pedestals that we've given them in our own lives. Start normalizing these individuals because they are not better than you. And stop with the people-pleasing tendencies because at the end of the day, whether you're doing good or bad, people are going to talk. Whether they're speaking good about you or badly, it doesn't matter what you do because people are going to be who they are. There is nothing that you can do for a person to make them love you anymore, to care about you more. They have to want to treat you good from their own heart. You can't force anyone to love you. You can't force anyone to stay. You can't force anyone to treat you better than they're treating you. You can only be you. And focus on being a good person and focus on the good character that you have. You cannot change people. People have to change for themselves. And one of the biggest reasons that I learned why people treat us badly, family, like I said, I'm taking full responsibility. We're not blaming anyone for why they're treating us bad. We're taking a look at ourselves and we're asking ourselves, why are we accepting this treatment, right? So one of the biggest reasons that I see why people treat us badly is because we don't have good relational intelligence. Family, you got to know where people stand in your life. You got to know who they are. This person is a friend. This is who I go party with. This is who I talk business with. This is the person I want to marry. This person is a knockdown. This person is here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not going to make this short-term person into something long-term. We got to really start labeling, classifying, and identifying people in our lives for who they are and where they stand. That way we can be disappointed less. That way we can take the expectations off of others. That way we can stop wanting to fix and change people, and we can accept people for who they truly are. And we can allow limits and put boundaries around certain people in our lives that are not meant to go the distance with us. And I know we can't always know who people are and what they're here for, but we gotta work on our discernment so we can better understand the roles that people are playing in our lives and the access that we are giving them. Because we have to understand the differences of the people in our circles. So here are some things that I've identified to help you stop allowing people to treat you badly. And these are some things that I've done and practices that I've taken in my own life. And I'm hoping they work for you as well. You have to quickly identify bad behaviors. And what I mean by that is unhealthy behaviors. You have to try to identify them more quickly and ask yourself, what is a bad behavior to me? I'll wait. What is a bad behavior to you? Is someone cursing you out bad behavior, or is that normalized because you grew up with a family who cussed? Is someone calling you out your name bad behavior, or is that okay because you've seen it happen in your life, right? What are bad behaviors to you, and what are things that you're not willing to accept? And a way that I've always identified bad behaviors is typically if my daughter, right, or my husband or my son came to me and said, Nicole, this person did this, what advice would I give them, right? What advice would I give them? And how come I can't take that advice for myself? So that typically helps me to identify, bad behaviors that I'm seeing in others and looking at myself and identifying whether or not I'm seeing those bad behaviors in terms of how I'm allowing people to treat me and to show up in my life. And then you want to work on setting boundaries. Be very clear on the lines in your life that people can and cannot cross. Be very clear on your expectations, right? Like, it's okay to say no. Like, no, you're not going to treat me that way. Mm-mm. No, I'm not going to allow you to sit here and talk about your ex in my face. No, I'm not going to allow you to take from me. No, you're no longer welcome in my home, right? You have to really start setting boundaries so people can start taking you seriously. And if possible, try to work on building a support network. I talked about this a little earlier, having the support in your life that you need, but not being able to have it fully when you're in toxic environments. So if you're able to, try to increase your support network, whether that's having a therapist, a counselor, joining groups, being true and real and open and honest with your friends and people who love you and care about you, and being really true and open and honest with yourself, with your God, with the universe, with whoever, whatever it is that you have to do to get you to a better feeling state and to get you to a better place. Being truly open and honest with how you're feeling about yourself. Because you're going to have to surround yourself with positive people. You're going to have to surround yourself with better feeling people. You're going to have to surround yourself with healthier people, family, because that matters. If you're sitting in a room dealing with the people that are going through the same things over and over and over and over and not making any changes in their life, chances are you won't either. But if you get with a real positive person, your life will change every single day for the better, and that's facts. Because who we associate with tends to be who we assimilate to, right? That's who we're becoming. So when we get around better and stronger people, we become better and stronger individuals, hands down. And I learned, I used to be so embarrassed, so ashamed of the things that I've been through in my life that I didn't want to talk about it. And when I finally talked about situations that I've experienced, I was so surprised. So many people went through what I went through. And similar to me, they were keeping it quiet. So many people experienced the things that I've experienced and kept it to themselves. So family, you are not alone. I don't care what social media looks like. Y'all already know that's a highlight reel. It doesn't matter what they're posting. They can post and post and post because they're supposed to be happy. It doesn't matter. There's nothing real and true about that. You want your in real life to be better than your social media life. It doesn't matter what they're doing on there. What matters is you getting healthy, you becoming better, you becoming stronger. Like last week, I took a whole trip to China, was there for 8 days. What is the purpose of me posting it all through and over my timeline? For what? I don't need approval from anyone. I don't need anyone's affirmation on who I am and what I'm doing in my life. And there's nothing wrong with posting. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great that you want to share pictures and do all the things. But at the end of the day, I don't need validation from anyone but myself and my God. Period. And when I have strong support systems, the people who know me and love me, they know what I'm on. They know what I'm doing in my life. And I don't need to get this outside approval. So family, a lot of times when we're sitting here doing it for the gram and sitting here doing it for social media, we tend to lose sight and realize that that's not real support. That's validation. And we're not here to be validated by anyone. We want to be supported by people who love us and care about us and want the best for us. And lastly, family, I want you to understand and know that this takes time. That change is a process, that there's nothing easy about what I'm talking about, nothing easy. That it all takes time for you to do the things that you need to do and get to where you need to get so that people can start treating you better in your own life. And oftentimes, it starts with you treating you better. So in conclusion, I want you to work on having better discernment. I want you to work on being better and how you allow people to enter into your lives. And always remember that your heart, think of it like this, your heart has a door. It opens and closes. There is a key and there is a lock. And you own the key, you own the lock to your own heart. And you decide who you want to allow in your heart and who you want to move out of your heart. The choice is yours. And we have to get better on discerning the people that we're letting in our lives, the people that we're trusting oh so easily, The people that we're allowing to move about oh so freely in our lives. No, we got to get better at that. And family, trust and know that every single thing you're doing is adding up to you becoming a better person for your future. Every single thing you're doing is adding up to making and creating a better you. And you need to know that. And people treat you badly for many reasons. A lot of what they're dealing with, a lot of what they're going through in their own lives. But it is up to us, family, to decide whether or not we want to allow this treatment in our lives long term. And by the way, I want to say thank you all for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. My channel is growing. I started YouTube with the intention of just sharing the many lessons that I learned along the way. And I'm so happy to see that it's resonating with so many people. I hope you have a good day. Stay inspired.